Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our business finance class. I'm Sir Kevin Asuncion, and we are now on the lesson number 8, Introduction to Investment. So the past meetings we talk about money, credit, and banking, financial systems, financial statement analysis. So right now, so financial managers, one of our call is the question, where to put the money, So that corresponds to the idea of investment. Okay? So, our topic for today and our objectives for this lesson would be uh, first, you are able to compare and contrast different types of investments. Number two is classify investments according to its types and features and advantages and disadvantages, and measure the list of ways to minimize or reduce investment risk in simple case problems. Okay? So, shall we proceed? It is really important that a financial manager has able to understand the basic feature of investments. It's required before an individual creates his own portfolio of assets, or you're able to determine what to do with your assets. Okay, so this pertains to this idea that every investment has risks and every investment has returns. Same thing with your decisions. When you decide of something, there's always risk. The question is, how high is that risk and what returns you can get, diba? Or how low is that risk, vice versa. Okay? So, every people and even financial managers and even business entities as an artificial being has risk preferences. So, different individuals and business entities has different choices. Every choice exhibits a different risk preference. The individuals may be considered more aggressive or conservative than the others. Merong play safe at meron namang sugal ng sugal, 'di ba? So, alin ka doon? The financial managers has different risk preferences. Willing ka bang lumaban o willing ka ba na yung sakto lang? That's your preference. Now, there's what you call risk aversion. As a financial manager, risks are inevitable. But risk aversion means that individuals can maximize returns for a given level of risks. In the returns are if the returns are the same. So um, you can able to profit more, no, or maximize the profits within that given risks. So it's one of the roles of the financial managers to control that, no. So you can maximize yung pwede niyang kitain out of that risks. Okay, so kumbaga susugal ka na rin lang, get the most out of it. That's the meaning of risk aversion. Now, risk preferences, uh, iba-iba nga. And risk is defined as uncertainty of returns. Ibig sabihin, lahat naman hindi sigurado di ba? Everything ay hindi sigurado. No? So that involves risks. Pwedeng hindi mangyari. Pero, pwede ring mangyari. That's the idea of risks. No? This definition encompasses the possibility of both gain and losses. When you decide, it may be favorable or unfavorable. Okay? So, risk involves both that you may gain or you may lose. Ang sabi nga ni Goofy, if you win, you may lead. If you lose, you may learn. Sabi nga. Pero as a financial manager, you won't afford to lose, especially money. Okay? So, this is what we call the risk return trade-off. No? That individual won't take an additional risk unless compensated by an additional return. So please remember that when you risk about something, you should get something out of it. No? Andyan ka na rin lang, nilabanan mo na, bakit hindi ka pa gumawa o kuhanin yung most out of it. Diba? Okay. So there are different sources of risk. May it be internal or external factors. So reinvestment, refinancing, default, credit risk, inflation, and so on. No? Political risk of balance sheet risk, technology, liquidity, currency or foreign exchange risk, and country sovereign risk, and among others. There are so many out there. So again, there are internal and there are external risk. So reinvestment risk or refinancing risk, the risk that the cost of rolling over reborrowing of funds could be more than the return earned on an asset. Ibig sabihin, yung itinubo mo ay i-invest mo pa. That's the question eh. No? But remember this, hanggat hindi mo ginagawa yun, hindi pwedeng lumaki investment mo. No? That's the reinvestment risk. Na nagsimula ka sa maliit, pag hindi mo sinali yung tubo mo, mananatili kang ganon. That's advantage and disadvantage of the reinvestment risk. And also, the default or credit risk is the risk that the borrower will be unable to pay interest on loan of the principal of the loan. So, you are unable to pay uh, the due in due time, no? Then inflation, purchasing risk, these are external factors, and in fact these are uncontrollable risk. Inflation or purchasing power depende sa ano natin, sa economy natin, how is it going. Okay, so inflation risk or purchasing power risk is the risk of increase in value of goods and services, reducing the purchasing power of the currency. So pag humina yung pera natin, yung purchasing power ng pera, syempre there are risks about your sales, about your investments, no? So these are external factors you need to consider. Then also political risk, the government laws and regulations bring the investors expected return on investment and adversely or negatively. So yung mga bagong batas, mga ordinances, you're affected with that. No? So these are also risks. No? Nag-invest ka ng ganyan tapos pinagbawal pala. So, ito yung mga kino-consider natin. Then, off-balance sheet risk. These are transactions that do not appear in the financial institution's balance sheet but represent transactions that pose contingent assets or liabilities on the financial institution. So, ibig sabihin, these are intangible things as part of the risks. No? Okay. Uh, technology operation risks, no? Technological operation arise when the investments in technology do not produce desired result. So palpak ang technology or it doesn't jive with the environment and so on. So these are also risks. You invested for a machine but it so happened na hindi effective or efficient yung naging bunga. Now, these are also risks. Then liquidity risk is the result from withdrawal of funds by investors or exercise of loan rights or credit lines of clients. Remember what is liquidity? Is the ability to pay short-term loans or short-term credits, no? Yung due natin o yung mga current liabilities natin. So, kaya ba nila magbayad? The same thing, kaya ba din natin magbayad? That's the liquidity risk, no? Ito pa, currency and foreign exchange risk. Pabago-bago ang palitan ng pera, no? Particularly if we are dependent with the international markets and our suppliers and also our customers, no? Foreign exchange risk also is also playing role in the risk management ng financial manager. So you need to see what is happening with the foreign currencies or foreign exchange, no? It might be unfavorable pag tumaas ang presyo ng dollar, syempre your raw materials, kung dun ka kumukuha ng raw materials or the goods na binebenta, so that's another risk, no? Then lastly is country and sovereign risk. Overrides the credit risk from a foreign borrower because even if the borrower is in the good standing, the government or of that foreign country may prohibit debt payments to outside or foreign creditors. So nangyayari to sa mga trade bans, no? So baka hindi payagan pagpapautang, hindi allow, no? So mga mga batas, no? Just like it Huawei China USA trade ban, Now, those are part of the risks. Okay? So, please remember these things that what risk investment is related. To describe the basic types of investment and identify the related risk, ask the following questions. First, is the return provided by the investment fixed or variable? What's fixed or variable? Fixed is yung hindi gumagalaw, yun na yung gastos mo. Variable is gumagalaw, depende sa unit na pinag-usapan ninyo. Okay? Number two, who is the issuer of the investment? Sino ang nagbibigay ng investment is really important. No? Number three, can the investment be liquidated immediately at a known price? No? Pwede ba i-liquidate yung investment kagad-agad? And how long the term to maturity of the investment? Hanggang kailan yung investment na yan? No? Okay. We have what we call different types of investment instruments, and kasali dito yung deposits. No? Deposits are instruments that are provided financial institution, mostly banks. And the major deposit instruments are savings account, checking account, and time deposit. Savings account are current accounts, no? Pwedeng deposit at pwede withdraw anytime. Checking account, meron kang account, meron kang pera, tapos ilalabas mo via check. No? And last is time deposit account, which is hindi kagad-agad pwedeng i-withdraw naman yung pera. Of course, when you have these accounts, you can earn interest from these financial institutions. No? Depositors need to determine the bank's overall financial position and the performance before transacting with them. A comprehensive rating system was developed in assessing the overall condition of the bank. Before you put your money into a bank, you need to know the credentials of that financial institutions. It's really important. Why? What if this bank is not stable? No? What if hindi na magtatagal or may problema siya in terms of asset management? So, pwedeng magresulta to sa ibang problema. Okay? So, comprehensive rating system for a bank is, are their capital adequate? The asset quality, gaano ka-stable yung mga assets nila. Then, management indicators, management decisions nila. Earning quality, paano ba sila kumikita. And then, ability to pay current liabilities and sensitivity to risk factors. Stable ba sila? Sustainable ba sila kung may mangyari man na hindi inaasahan? That's a question. No? By the way, marami naman, majority naman sa mga banks that are governed by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas are, actually, they are all governed, but majority of them are PDIC insured. Ibig sabihin, yung mga deposits ninyo can be insured up to 500,000. That's according to the law. No? These are the top 10 banks in the Philippines. No? So makikita ninyo, number 1 is the Banco de Oro, Metropolitan Bank, that's Metro Bank, then BPI Bank of the Philippine Islands, Land Bank of the Philippines, which is state bank or government bank, then PNB, Philippine National Bank, DBP, another state bank, Development Bank of the Philippines, Security Bank, China Bank, RCBC, and Union Bank of the Philippines. So, ito yung mga pinaka-stable na mga banks natin dito sa Pilipinas. That's according to the BSP 2015 Asset Index. No? Okay? So, government securities. What are these kind of investment instruments? Government securities fall under the category of debt securities, and most of them are also classified as fixed income instruments. The national government, through the Bureau of Treasury, issues debt securities such as treasury bills, which are T-bills or short-term, and treasury notes as long-term. Ano ibig sabihin ng government securities? Umuutang ang gobyerno sa tao, particularly sa mga banks, no? Using short-term credit or long-term credit, T-bills and T-notes, no? Dito, magkakaroon ng usapan ng maturity ng interest and with the maturity value na babayaran ng gobyerno pag nag-mature yung isang credit obligation. Okay? So, ganun yung government securities. Pwede ka mag-invest dyan. Then also, corporate debt security. Ito naman, kung meron tayong government security, meron naman corporate. Nagpapahiram naman sa mga private sectors. Corporations issue debt instruments in the form of commercial papers and corporate bonds. Commercial papers are short-term instruments issued by corporations for immediate needs. Corporate bonds are long-term debt instruments issued by corporation. So, ito, pagpapahiram naman sa private individuals or companies. No? Now, another investment instrument is equity securities. So, kanina nagpapahiram ang the business. Ito naman, pwede ka mag-invest sa isang business through stocks. So, sa isang corporation. Stocks are financial instruments that represent ownership in a corporation. Equity securities are classified under two main categories. We have common stocks and preferred stocks. So, ang ownership sa isang corporation ay tinatawag na stocks. Okay? So, yun yung investment mo. Now, we have what we call pooled funds. No? Uh, kung kanina nag-invest ka sa gobyerno, sa corporate, tapos uh, sa isang kumpanya. So, pooled funds are typically require small amounts of investment, pautik-utik. Instead of investing in specific securities, an individual may invest into a share of mutual funds. Mostly, mga insurance companies na merong mga variable insurance or VUL, no? Uh, naiipon yun at yun yung ini-invest ng insurance company na yun. No? And tumutubo yung mga mutual funds ninyo. Okay? And then, we have what we call alternative investments. Investors can also put their funds in tangible assets such as real estates, antiques, artworks, and etc. Just a trivia, these are the things na hindi na di-depreciate. No? Intangible assets such as antiques, artworks, are depending on their historical value. No? Tumataas yung value nila and their rarity. No? And also, sa mga estates natin, sa mga lupa, habang tumatagal because of the zoning value nila and the current value nila ay tumataas, no? So it's a good investment, no? Okay? As a financial manager, this is you need to do. Aside from risk aversion, you are maximizing the profit out of the risk. No? Kasi hindi naman maiwasan na merong risk, we need also to reduce the risk. No? Kumbaga, kung di natin maiwasan, bawasan natin. So risk reduction in decision making is always present. Every individual has their own risk preferences, and however, we must remember in investment that we do not put all our eggs in one basket or in one tray. Bakit? It's an idiomatic expression. So, kasi kapag nilagay mo yung itlog, lahat ng itlog mo sa isang basket, no? Pag natumba yan, mababasag lahat. Same thing with investments and with your assets, no? When you put all your money in one bank, tapos na bankrupt 'yon, insurance na lang makukuha mo, insurance money, that's a PDIC, no? When you put your investment in one business at na bankrupt yung business na 'yon, wala na. But if you divide the investment into what we call the your decisions are in compliance with that risk aversion principle, no? Evaluate mo yung risk at saan ka makakakuha ng mga pinakamalaking mga profits, no? Doon mo na dalhin. Hati-hatiin mo, no? If it is where it is suitable, no? Kasi there are people that are investing so much because they have so much to gain. Kaso madalas sila din yung natatalo. 'Di ba? They are betting everything, no? Na meron sila. Tapos biglang matatalo, yun yung mga nababaon sa utang, no? So if we can practice risk aversion and also risk reduction because in everyday life when we decide meron tayong mga risk na encounter, so we need to reduce the risk and do the risk aversion, get the most out of it, no? And let us not put all those eggs in one tray, no? Para yung investment natin ay hindi matanso, no? Okay, that's it for our introduction to our financial investments or investments. I'll be seeing you on to the next one. Thank you very much.